Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
Good morning all. Yes sir, happy Monday to everyone. Hope everyone is good, hope everyone is well. Hope you all had a good weekend. We are back, gold is pumping. And yeah, let's see what we got going on for today. Let's see. Run the analysis, see what's going on in the Reddit space. Need to see what's going on. This guy asks, is trading as simple as buying low and selling high effective? Yes, but the problem is, how do you buy low and how do you sell high, right? You need to have something towards that. I'm a clueless beginner. I'm looking to open a custodial account to begin trading. I find resources that don't confuse me. Is there anything you'd recommend for a beginner to use? A lot of beginners, man. I started trading and made $7,000 in one night. I'm just in full shock, fully shocked. Just went and bought some food and I'm currently sitting in a restaurant making this post. It's just crazy. Man, the only thing I feel sorry for this guy is he's gonna find out. And he's probably gonna give them that back. So if I was in his position, I would withdraw everything. And start from fresh. Maybe people give him advice. Let's see if people have been giving him good advice or not. This is gambling. If you want legal real trading, you need to learn basics. Yes, gambling. Good. Beginner's luck. Yes. Withdraw, start again. Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I literally said. This guy is completely whacked. He's like, let me just speak a different language. How can I actually trade with a plan instead of gambling? Just started trying to learn yesterday. At least I respect these guys who are coming out here and they're putting questions, you know? Like it's good. Traders who are profitable, how long after did you start making a lot of money? I've been trading 3.5 years. First 2.5 years I was in the red. Past year I made all the money back. Yeah, I was about the same, man. I'd say a bit less. I was like 2 years, and then the third year I had to prove myself profitable. So the third year is where I actually started to make money. And yes, I did make all back the money that I did lose. So very similar. He's like a half year difference than me. So that's interesting. Now I'll say fourth year just kept getting better and better. Towards the end of the third year is really where it picked up quite heavily. Did you ever question your strategy? That's a great question, right? Did you ever question your strategy? Of course, if you don't question your strategy, means that you're not, the market is not testing you enough and you're not expanding your knowledge base and experience. If you're never getting tested by the market, then contact me, right? Contact me because I'll give you $10 million to trade if it's that simple. I've been seeing a lot of SMC traders online. Their strategy seems so complicated, using 5 different confluence on a 5 chart. I keep second guessing myself. Yeah, this guy, we need to keep him away. Let's see what people say about SMC here. Take a break. I want to see what it says. Not really much about. So let's have a look at the calendar today. Should be a clean day. We have JPY bank holiday. A little bit later, we have FOMC members speaking. We have some geopolitical tensions in Iran. That's why we're seeing some bullish gold pressure here. So we're seeing some good bullish gold pressure here towards the upside. Guys absolutely killed it in Asian session. That was sick. I mean, I think it's worth to wake up for Asian session, man. I mean, easy gold runners here. We have our live streams in Asian session. I mean, been running really well. 8 wins, 1 loss. It's very clean. So look at this, man. Clean setup 2s. Man. Setup 3s. Man. Just fire stuff, man. Asian always been better than London in gold, man. Since last year, it's been insane. So I don't know, man. It's such a weird scheduled time to wake up, you know? It's like, it's not late enough to stay up. It's too late to stay up. And it's really early to wake up. It's like 4 a.m., right? It's too late to stay up till 4 or 5 a.m. And it's too early to wake up 4 or 5 a.m. and then still run a full day, you know? That's the problematic thing about it. But calendar looks pretty clean for today. Big one is tomorrow, which is CPI data, which is our inflation. Now, let's get into the analysis because I have some very interesting things I want to discuss here. Obviously, daily time frame here pushing up bullish. In my weekly webinar, I spoke about targets back towards the high. We've blasted through that, no issues. So, weekly analysis happened in the first market hour open, which is something very interesting. I'm going to tell you why. So, I want you guys all to listen, okay? It's going to be some very important information here. And we're gonna find out why is it gonna be important, right? So the main reason why it's gonna be important is what we're gonna have is we have a lot of market pricing in things. Meaning what? Meaning, so we have this daily time frame moving bullish here, right? We have pricing in of rate cuts. We saw job market come back a little bit better than expected last week. Unemployment rate went down. So unemployment rate went down. We're seeing pricing in of all geopolitical tensions with Venezuela. We're seeing pricing in of rate cuts already being made. Unless we have more geopolitical tensions to hold gold up, I do believe at some point soon, maybe this week, as soon as, depends on CPI, of course. Right, depends on CPI. If we come back with inflation data better than, if we're seeing inflation data come back better than expected, then there's a lot of pricing in on gold for gold's high price. So this could be one big liquidity grab to be exit liquidity to get retail involved so that big players can, get rid of their positions and we can make ourselves a short-term pullback. This 600 level, if we hold this 600 level, I don't think we're going to see further upside until maybe we retest around minimum 5.9s, even back into 500s. And maybe make our way back into 416s if we want to do a deeper pullback. Higher time frame, I'm still bullish on gold, don't get me wrong. But sessions and leading forward into the next couple of days, not couple of days, but today, tomorrow, maybe even the day after, if we don't play it out, I'm kind of feeling that we could see a potential pullback to minimum, 35s, retest previous all-time high. The structure we're creating right now, pre-London, is very interesting because we're creating this type of consolidation here on 1 hour, and this is a very impulsive push here. Rarely London does continue this move, rarely. Okay, so we don't, buying the highs at London here is rare for that to play out. It's not high probability, but but selling here is also not as easy to sell. So we're in quite a difficult position here, because if we put the 1 hour resistance here like this, we come and bring a 1 hour support down here. We bring a key level here at 600. Bring this to 65s. Bring this level here. This is our current ranges we're working with at the moment right now. So after such a heavy Asian push, London can range here. More than likely, we're going to spend London in the range. So to trade in today's range, it could be an idea to try a range here, break out 50 pips. Tough as well, huh? Possible fake outs and stuff like that. We are bullish biased though. So that can help us, but this we need to be very careful. We see price being weak. Ideally we buy again from the bottom of the range. If we fail support at the bottom of the range, counter trend sells below here are not crazy. The only thing I fear is I need a big stop loss. Why? Because if we do this, we can easily do this, then do that. But this is a question mark if we do the pullback. But I've seen this happen a lot in London. where we come down here, fake out, pull back in the range, retest high, and continue down. It doesn't have to happen. It could be a clean push. But if this does happen, I don't want to be stopped out. And maybe what I could do, if I don't mind being stopped out, I can take the stop loss and then re-enter here on the resistance and catch an even bigger trade to make it back. So there's ways to kind of navigate this. Another way is to try get a quick 1-to-1, move to break even, get stopped out break even probably if you try to hold a runner. So try get a quick 1-to-1, let price pull back, and then enter your big position. So that will depend on how we're forming, right? We can't say that right now, but we need to see how we're forming. So once we realize, once we realize what's happening on the charts, then we can make a adaptation to what plan I want to execute on. Now, if we're breaking towards the upside, like I said, I want to see this 50-minute close bearish. We need some structure. I don't want to see 1, 2, 3, 4 50-minute candles closing above. Then I take the buy. For me, that's a bit rough. It's a bit rough, and yeah, I don't really like the idea of that. Now, if we could create structure, then close above, going to prove to me we have liquidity to continue up. Obviously, if we can come back and make another support like we did here, could be nice as well. If I'm full bullish today and expect it to continue up from here, I could technically just rip a buy right where we are right now, put stop loss like 100 pips, and just hold it back towards these highs. But the issue I have here is we've had like, think about it this way, guys. If you took buys from here or here, setup number 3, right? Well, ideally you would be in from here. It's pretty hard to get in on here, right? So if you took buys from here, do you think it's a good idea to start buying here where you would have been taking TPs, So we need time, because these buys down here are nice because we're buying from support, but here we're buying mid-range. Mid-range kind of sucks. Even top of range is not the easiest. The best place to be buying is bottom of range, but we might not get that option in London. We might not be gifted that. The risk about buying mid-range right now is we don't know. We just started the session. It's only 11 o'clock. What we could do is we could go down for liquidity grab. We've seen that. We've seen that because why? We need liquidity. We've had, since Asian session, guys, we've had a 900 pip push. I'm going to repeat that again. 900 pip push, okay? It's almost 1,000 pips. Massive, massive push here. Nothing small, huh? We're talking about 900 pip push, and we are joining the session after such a push. So it doesn't mean it's going to be as simple as close our eyes and press buy. We've pushed 900 pips. That could be it till New York. That could be it. So we can't sit here. The worst thing we want to do is then lose a position forcing after a 900 pip push, right? Because realistically, we have missed the train. The big train has gone, so we need to wait for the next train, not try jump on the train that is gone. So that's why we need to form some price action, grab some liquidity, and then capitalize off that. We need to work smarter in these type of scenarios, right? We don't want to do anything that will put us in a stupid position. So the worst thing right now is to trade off FOMO, thinking that you're deserved a trade because you're showing up in London with after a 900 pip push. Don't think like that. This is going to preserve you. This is part of trading, because if you are actively adapting this mindset, if you're adaptively trading with this type of mindset, you are actually making money because you're avoiding losses that are just so clear and logical, okay? So that's the plan for gold here. Let's see what we do mid-range here. I'm not too interested. A bit of a gamble buying mid-range here. Yes, it can be an option right now buying, but 900 pip push, I have to rely on this shit to just keep continuing, which I don't know right now. 600 was a target that was tapped, right? I don't want to be the guy who's going to experiment here. Again, I will not be able to run a small stop loss. I would have to run a bigger stop loss here, at least something like 100 pips here, and then try target there. Could it work? Yes. Do I want to be stuck in range for hours? Really, I don't. I really want to move where we get from point A to point B. I don't want to be sitting here. Price does a small liquidity grab. I get stopped. And that was the liquidity I was waiting for to get the push back to the top of the range. Even if it fails again, doesn't matter. That's a big move. We have big ranges. So let's just see what happens. We could get a quicker move, a bit of a push once we break above here, and we don't need to be super aggressive and have to hold through range. We could try to get from point A to point B, and if it doesn't, we can get out, and we don't need to avoid the market mess. If we're looking at DAX here, on the other hand, DAX have not been too impressed with the price action on DAX in the sessions. New York has been better than London, but DAX, it's failed to continue here. So pullback trades have been. Now everything's bullish on DAX, right? Everything's bullish. 4-hour structure is still somewhat bullish right now, as long as we respect this previous 4-hour. Let's just put this. So as long as we respect that, it's pretty nice. Here we have a resistance at the highs here. Let's put that in. So we are mixed bias today. So there is an option of sells, but right now I'm seeing a bit more bullish structure. 1-hour candle closing above. 15-minute candle failed to close above. 5-minute no structure here. Yeah, so just a little bit. So what I need to see on DAX is I don't want to buy the highs. Highs is where price has been failing. So DAX is pretty straightforward. I want to see a retest back to here. Retest to 239. I'll be interested to then take buys back up, right? I'll take buys back up with a retest back to 239. That's something I'll be interested in here. Now, if we're looking for NASDAQ, because we could get something nice on NASDAQ, we haven't had such a... We pushed down here on market open. Daily time frame, quite messy. We're at targets. Daily resistance here. Tapping into these zones. 4-hour time frame closing bearish from that same zone there. We're coming closer and closer towards this 4-hour support, which could lead to some nice buys from down here. So 1-hour time frame is trying to form support. Now we haven't retested it just yet. So technically here we are still mixed bias, meaning we could look to fill this wick from NFP and finish that move and continue this downtrend. So in order to see this downtrend here, I need to think how I want to sell this. Below here it makes logical sense. On 5-minute it's slightly lower though, so maybe we have to execute on a 5-minute here. Otherwise, for buy option here today, I don't think we're ready just yet. I need to see like a... We will break structure here, but we're just retesting possible spots to resist and come back down. I don't want to be in a scenario where we reject, come back down, and I've taken a buy, right? It's not a nice scenario to be in. Yeah, so I want to create maybe something like this again, part 2. Then I can take buys. I don't want to buy into this. So we're going to let that form and then see what's up. So that's the analysis for today. Let's see what ends up happening here. Gold is coming back towards the highs here. So now we want to see some sort of structure form before buying above the high. It's possible that this candle just closes above. Now, if this candle closes above, it's going to make our life quite difficult. Why? Because we don't have a good risk to reward here. We're looking at about 80 pips here for a 50 pip target. Not what we want to run. We want to run a little bit better risk to reward. So let's see how it forms. It might just blast all the way through here. We don't know. It might reject and close below the range. That is the problem of being mid-range right now, right? That is the problem about being mid-range, right? Is that we are in the middle of the range. So we want to see, we want to be careful. We've had a 900 pip push. This is where it looks like it's getting exciting and can easily trick you here, right? This is a joker situation to where you get stuck, right? So be careful in that. So that's the analysis for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything makes sense. Let's see what we end up getting. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. 200 of you in here and 30 likes. If you could get the likes at least to 100, I would appreciate it. Make sure you watch yesterday's video, guys. Nice vlog. Haven't posted a vlog in a long time, but no one wanted to watch it. Very low views. So make sure to check out that video. It's a nice video. Very, very good. Check it out. Check it out. This 1 hour closing above is swing position. This is more like a session trade position. Your swing position, you want to be getting in from down here, not all the way up there. You're late here, very late. This is more of an intraday position, you know, to run stop loss somewhere here and trade it intraday. Definitely not swing. Swing, it's late. DAX setup 1. No, that's a very big close above there. You can't really take a setup 1 with this big of a candle. If it closed above here, yeah, I like that. That would be valid for me, but not with this size of a candle. What if there's no LTAs because price is at all-time high? So what can we use targets? Go to my channel and type all-time high ATH and watch the video that shows you about all-time high, right? Put it caps. So just type ATH and you should get a video that teaches you how to trade at all-time highs. I'll just show you the video because the search is not working for some reason. Which one is it? Oh yeah, I removed that video. I removed that video because it was very low views. I removed it. So to trade at all-time highs, there should be an explanation at this one here as well. Yeah, this video here should have an explanation, but basically you use it like an LTA. All-time high is like an LTA. Any thoughts of Powell? Yeah, let's see. That's a whole different story, right? That Powell is going to be fired, basically. That's a whole different story. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Structure, then buys. So let's see what gold does here. Do we close above or below? At the moment, it's looking like below, which is good for us because we want a smaller stop loss, right? So it did end up closing above here. Very interesting to see that. But we need some sort of structure here. So I want to see maybe a setup 3 or something would be great. Japan bank holiday, but GJ breaking highs. It's pretty common for that. GJ likes to do that in bank holidays. I mean, GJ is interesting. It's interesting, man. I've been watching it, but you know, it's faking out every time. So I don't want to be a breakout buyer. Look at this. We close above the highs, breaks the high, pulls back. Close above the high, break the high, pull back. Close above, breaks the high, pull back. Close above, break the high, stop loss hit. Like, you're just going to keep losing trades if you trade that, right? So it looks great, but look, you break the high, you have your stop loss here, set up 1, stop loss hit, you know? So people get all excited and now they just hit stop loss. And then you feel pretty stupid to tell yourself, yeah, in this big upside move here, I took stop loss. You know? So I need to see something a bit better, you know? I want to see, look at this 1 hour, looks a bit sketchy. So this pullback can give us opportunity. Let's see what happens. We could buy a setup 2. It is possible to trade GJ, but we need to keep an eye on it. Like, it is very bullish right now. It looks great for some potential buys. But if we start to break structure and stuff like that, it'll start to turn around a little bit, and we don't want to be stuck in that, you know? We definitely don't want to be stuck in that. So gold here pushing no bottom wick. Again, we want structure on gold. We want structure on gold. It's a mandatory. I mean, if you don't want structure, you can trade how you want, of course. This is just part of my rules that have worked for me, kept me safe. made me money. That's what's important. This is actually quite nice on DAX to see a rejection here. Could give us opportunity. Let's see how this forms. We need a bit deeper pullback to be able to take the buys back up. 30-minute is a threat. So we'll keep an eye on DAX here as well. Is your strategy adaptable, meaning we use the same setups? My entry is 30 minutes. Yes, 100%, man. 100% adaptable. No issues at all with that. I watched that video 2 times, was very inspirational about trading and ethics, so I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. Let's have a look at this. This is GU buy, wick fill. Wick didn't tap anything, nice. Sick bottom wick. You get that bottom wick first, I'm assuming? Yeah, you get it first. Yeah, then it's nice, huh? Then it's super nice. Yeah, that's cool, man. Valid. Good target you had as well there. You had enough range. This is kind of what we want to see on gold, right? You're buying towards the top of the range, but we create resistance, then close above. This is the scenario we want on gold right now. You see? Right now, gold is doing this. And then this candle closed, not even this candle closed above. So we don't want to be part of the pullback. So we want price to pull back, then close above, and then you have a much higher chance of winning. Much higher chance. Bro, what's leverage and commission on top step? On a 50k account, you can't pop more than 3 contracts once you've passed the account. But in the challenge phase, you can pop up to 5 contracts. But once you pass, there's not enough leverage for three contracts. And commission is depending on your contract size, you know. If DAX starts to create structure and closes bearish, could be top for the session. Bad thing was the 1 hour candle close above. Yeah, we have to see. I'm looking at that, but the problem is, you know, is this level here below? Can we just sell below that? I was kind of hoping to sell to it, you know. That's why I was actually looking for this 30-minute to close back in the range and then take a sell from the top of the range to the bottom because of mixed bias. Fill this NFP wick. But there's also a scenario where if we hold this level here, we can actually buy back up. How's Top Step going on, Harry? How much buffer do you want to keep? I'm planning to get 50k too soon. It depends. It depends. Right now, I'm pushing towards a 2k buffer. I feel like that's enough for me. And yeah, 2k buffer for me is what I'm looking for. So I did a 1k buffer on my first account just because I wanted to try the withdrawal system. So took out 1.5k, 1k, you know, buffer. I feel that's a bit tight though. That's a bit tight. Top step trailing drawdown or static trailing drawdown. And on top of trailing drawdown, but after you reach $5,000, it stops. How much do you risk per trade? So on that account, I risk 1%. On my copied accounts, I risk like 0.8 for now. That's like my trick. So first trade, I always risk like a little bit. I scale up, depends on what I want to do. When I'm copying more than 2 accounts, I don't want to go heavy risk. If I'm trading the accounts by themselves, I will risk 1.5%, 1% just to build a balance. It depends. There's like 2 different scenarios. But when you're copying accounts, you don't, since you leverage capital, you don't need to leverage risk. So if you're copying like 4 accounts, which is 200K, you know, 1% on the account is 2K risk. So you can get away with 0.8 and keep your accounts very safe. Because if you mess up that day, you're losing on 4 accounts, not 1. But if you're trading the accounts by themselves, there's no harm to risk 1.5%, 750, 800. Because if you mess up that day, you're only impacting a third of your portfolio. Meaning if you have 250K that you're trading and you mess up on 150K, you're still safe with 200K. Even if you lose the 50K, it's okay, because the return on investment would have been a lot higher, especially if you're a profitable trader. So that's why with one of the accounts, I want to push it, because the cost of these accounts to pushing the risk higher, even if I get a good payout and lose the account, my return on investment will be well worth it. I can just buy another account. Like, people make it seem like blowing accounts is a bad thing, but it's not. It's not when you in this type of situation, right? With their stuff. Does trading drawdown means the drawdown gets smaller if your trade comes back to entry? Do you miss taking the profit? No, it basically means as your balance goes up, you're not creating a buffer. So it follows. Meaning you only have a 2K drawdown always. So if you start at 50K balance and your drawdown is 4,800, right? No, 48,500. If you hit that, you blow the account. If you make 52,000, your drawdown is still not 48,500. Your you know, it's you end up at a level of now your drawdown would be 50K. Yeah, that's one problem with Apex, yes. Do you have a Top Step affiliate link? Nope, I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not affiliated with them. In Top Step, can you withdraw your buffer? No. Be careful doing that. It's forbidden. Why is it forbidden? Windfall trading? How is it windfall trading? I've done it. I've had no problems with that. Plus, I have other people doing it with absolutely no problems. Let's see definition of windfall trading. See if it matches. Maybe I explained myself wrong. I mean, they have any excuse not to pay you. Oh no, it's not windfall profits because I'm not gambling on my trade entries. Plus, Top Step don't care because of their buffer rule, so they make it really tough anyways. On FTMO and stuff like that, yeah, you'd probably get a bit of pushback for that, for sure. All right, check this out. So now we're creating support down here. If we get candles back above here, it could be interesting. Especially if we can close this. So this is what I want to see together. I want to see 15-minute candle, 5-minute candle close back outside the range. So we leave the range again, right? And then I want to see this candle here close as a setup 3. Then maybe potential wick fill. You can't prove that you don't gamble. You're over-risking blowing accounts just to get ROI. Yeah, it works on Top Step. Like on, as I said, on FTMO won't be a thing, but you're not over-risking. You're risking higher than, you know, anyways on prop firms with 1% risk, it's over-risking if you really understand. Can you drift with your GTR? Don't have a GTR. If you don't pass the account within a month, you have to pay $50 again? Yes. But once you pass the account, they remove that, huh? You don't have to pay $50.
Bro, Harry.
Yo, man.
What's going on? How are you?
All good, bro. You?
Yeah, nah, chilling it. Bro, I might have to start me a GoFundMe, bro. I can't lie.
For what?
No, I'm being so serious, bro. I blew my car transmission somehow.
Your car transmission?
Yeah.
Shit, man. How did you blow your car transmission?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of too much sauce, a little bit of that. Got the quote.
Shit,
It's not looking too good.
Transmission ain't cheap, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, nah, I should have just bought the Ferrari F12, bro. I wouldn't have these issues there, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, first world problems.
If I bought the GT3, I wouldn't have these problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Lion was finances for 25 years.
Yeah. Now you have to maybe check in spare parts, you know, if you can buy a used gearbox.
Yeah, no, sweet. Nah, hopefully, sure. Hopefully, warranty will cover it. But like, fuck.
Yeah. You should be good. Do we pay activation fees for all copied accounts too? Yes, but they have now no. They have no. What's this called? They have no activation fee accounts now, right? Aren't they like $89? When I bought them, they didn't have it, but now they have them. Do you use a program for copy trade and Top Step? No, they have it inbuilt in their Project X, is what they call it. So gold fake out, classic, huh? Classic. It's what we spoke about. You know, there is some setup I'm working on to sell these, huh? To find sells in these fake outs. But there's a few conditions that have to be met, which weren't really met here, but in terms of my analysis were met. But I need to find a consistent way. So it looks like DAX is closing back in the range here. So nothing outside the range just yet. Can you have a look at gold? Yeah, we just looked at it. Hopefully it makes sense. Might be a small sell here below here, a bit late, but it's possible. I had a great Asian session on gold. Now just here to watch, surprisingly. Yeah, Asian session been cooking. But you say you got into sells. Let me have a look what you might have done here. It would have to be somewhere in this move here. Maybe after the 600 retest. Yeah, it should be after the 600 retest. Yeah. Watch your recent vlog. Your steak look amazing. It was pretty tasty, I have to agree. I have to agree. Can you have a look at silver? It looks weak. Yeah, why not, man? You're saying silver looks weak. Daily breaking above the highs here. 4-hour time frame, very strong. It's looking pretty similar to gold, but slightly stronger than gold actually, man. Because we don't have a break of structure till we get here. So for very short term, yeah, it's weak to come back into the 83s. But as long as you hold 83s, still upside in silver, man. Still bullish. But yeah, maybe some downside. Where we're at right now could be a little bit of a bounce spot. Otherwise, we should come down back to 83.3. Yeah, we reject that spot now. Harry, which is more optimal, future chart of gold or Forex chart? In future, there is no breakout, but in your chart, I can see breakout. Which one to believe? Whatever you're trading. If you're trading futures, follow futures. It will long term just keep you consistent. I laughed when you said chocolate fed steak, thinking surely not. I looked it up and realized it's actually a thing. It is actually a thing, man. They feed the cattle chocolate. It tastes good, man. It tastes good. Really, it tastes good. Someday I'll come to eat it. Why not? Why not? Listening to my playlist? No. Same playlist as last week. Yeah, they actually feed chocolate to the cattle. I'm gonna see. There's a name for it. I'm gonna see if I can get it. Let's see. See, it's called Mayura steak. It's a Peruvian full blood Wagyu beef, famous for its decadent, buttery flavor, melty in your mouth texture, achieved partly through a unique diet including chocolate and sweets mixed with hay. So yeah, they do feed it with chocolate. See how much it is online, man. Let's see how much it is online. This was the steak. Oh, just give me a price, man. Don't make me all this full headache, man. Just give me a price. 1,200 dirhams. Yeah, that's right. Okay, at least I haven't been messed up. Does this steak have future index? Do you cook with seed oils? No, definitely not. I stay away from all seed oils for sure. This time 2 years ago, I was watching you thinking, how did this guy know these things about the charts? Fast forward to today's first full-time trading day, up 2%. Let's go, man. Let's go. What about baby oil? Hey, man. This is YouTube, remember. To be careful. How long till this 15 close? 7 minutes. Ooh. Because if we closed above here, I'm a little bit interested. But 7 minutes is quite a long time. And if it was, unless it goes down, grabs liquidity, then closes above. But if it just, I don't see it in 7 minutes staying in the same place. There's no reason for it to do so. So this makes it quite an interesting scenario because we have 30-minute closing below, but above. Plus we have 5-minute resistance. What a situation. This is not an easy situation. You can't just buy the 5-minute. That will be a bit stupid. 1 minute, yeah, sketchy as well. We could retest into this zone here, then start to create resistance. What was the first purchase of your initial payout from trading? My first withdrawal from trading was $100. I just kept it in my bank account because, you know, I lost money before that, so it doesn't feel good. In my mind, it didn't feel good. The first actual payout that felt good, like I was consistently taking like $300, $400, then that adds up like hell, man. I did that like 5-6 times. I'm like, oh, I've actually made a bit of money. That's cool. But then when things really change is when you start taking above 1,000. That's where it's like, oof, that's cool. How much Bitcoin could you have bought with $100? With my first withdrawal, not much, man. Barely anything. Let's see. Yeah, like Bitcoin at that time, 2021, was still like 20K. So, nothing. Nothing from the first withdrawal. I always wonder what lots you're using. Depends on the size of the range, the trade, all of that stuff. Like today, if this candle closed above here, 60 here, I'd be using like a 1.8 lot. 1.8 lot on this. 2 lot, I could push it actually. Yeah, 2 lot probably. Be fine with 2 lot. 1.8 is a bit of a safer. On DAX, on today's, if DAX closed below, let's say here. Oops. This is big actually. 12-point stop loss? Yeah, you know, we're talking like 80 lots maybe. Harry, if you did a job, what job would you do? Not sure, man, not sure. To be honest, if I was like not someone who wanted to be an entrepreneur and make money, I would do a job that allows me to do a sport. Like be a coach of a sport that I love. You know, so that I could do the sport and teach it at the same time. That's what I would enjoy. Because money is cool and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you know, in your life, you have to do things that you enjoy. It's hard. I don't enjoy every single day, but, you know. Still, you would buy a Porsche at this age? What do you mean? Like if I was working a job, would I have a Porsche at this age? Probably not. If I went down the traditional route, I would just be graduating university. I would just be like second year or 1.5 years out of, you know, out of university. So life wouldn't even have started yet. I won't know a lot of things at that stage because it's super early. But when you throw yourself in the deep end, you can learn a lot super fast. Let's see how this closes, man. 1 minute here. If it can close somewhere around here would be nice for sells. But it's looking like it's going a bit deep. This 1 minute candle coming here. Messing up my range. Let's check gold. How gold is doing. Still struggling, but it might close above here. There's a chance. Let's see in 1 minute. There's a chance it can close above. I'm gonna move this line to here because that's where I want it to close above. I want some sort of good close as well, not just a shitty close like this. I want it somewhere up here. So I want to see some buying pressure come into here. I want to see the buyers start to take control last 40 seconds. If I'm starting to see sellers, right, this is something you can notice on the chart. If sellers are coming and starting to take, you know, some sort of control, then it's not going to probably be good leading into the next candle here, you know. It's not the best close, but it is a close. So we do need a bottom wick though. We're not getting a bottom wick here. It is a close. But I do need a bottom wick. So if we can get a bottom wick now would be great because I don't have one. Close below on your broker. Below on futures as well. Let me pull up my futures chart. Yeah, a bit tough. Let's see. It can come back and make a bottom wick. I want to see just how futures are looking. Yeah, futures are below. but maybe I could trust. Here's our bottom wick. Small one, but it is a bottom wick. One to make it all the way up to that higher. It's not the best risk reward. 1 to make it all the way up to that high with aggressive stop loss below this range here. So where is this volume gonna come from right now? It's not gonna come from 1 minute. 1 minute has no structure. Yeah, I'm struggling to see a reason to take this. It is a setup, but in this scenario, man, it's gambling with a bit of fire, huh? 900,000 pip push from the morning. No deep bottom wicks. Rejection candle here, and to get a 1-to-1 is my max target. It's tough. It's tough decision for me. It feels like I'm just taking a trade just for the sake. This would be a completely different scenario minus this morning push, because if we were maybe had a push like this and we're consolidating, I'd expect this to be the second leg. So if this was minus the morning push, this would be insane. This would be really cool, actually. I would like this setup a lot. I would like this setup a lot. So I think I'm gonna take this on a miss. No, it's ranging. Yeah, definitely. If this 1 minute candle now breaks the structure, game over. You're gonna be stuck. If you decided to take this, you're gonna be stuck. But if it can respect it, it has a chance to crawl its way back out. There is a chance. It's not completely game over just yet. The only thing I'm also looking at is potentially a 5 close above here and run 20 pip stop loss. A lot tighter stop loss. So let's see. And it will also be outside of the range, but not outside the 1 minute range. Yeah, it's a tough scenario, man. NASDAQ. Range as well. DAX in this big liquidity zone. You can see how many wicks we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wicks, all back to back. So very tough zone to be selling at. For now. But if we can start to clear these zones, it's nice. But we need to clear these zones. So I want to see structure and clear these zones. That'll be good. We're also coming very close to London Open. So I feel like that can happen same time around London Open. Those things can come together. I mean, GU, not the best. Mixed bias, good structure placement. Yeah, that's not bad. Very safe stop loss. I think you can get away with stop loss here because, you know, you're expecting just to come down here. I don't think you need to run stuff above this full structure. Here you can get away with it in this scenario. Can we use 5 minutes on Forex? Yeah, but you want some sort of confirmation to come from somewhere, you know? I'm very interested to see how the open is going to play here on DAX with this push down. If the open can create structure here, it's going to be very interesting. Could be something we play. Gold is struggling. You can see it's struggling. It's not anything alarming yet, but it's just a bit sleepy. Huh? It's not like, but that's the problem. When gold does this, it picks a direction, huh? And it's either up or down. And if I'm being honest, after a 1,000 pip push in the morning, I think there'll be slightly more probability of moving down. But you never know. In this trade, you see this 4 hour here, right? It can't... Once you come to around this point here, you have to be careful that it's not just a liquidity grab below the 4 hour. So that's one thing I'd recommend. Bro, futures data, no trading view is delayed. Yeah, futures data on trading view is delayed. Yes, you have to pay to get it. Five minutes trying to close above here. $40 seconds. Do I want to scalp this? If the 1 minute candle closes above, I will consider it. I will consider it. But it's rejecting here. But it can still flip the last 14 seconds. Possible. Alright, so it didn't close above here. Fair enough. That's okay. What did you guys do in the weekend? Let's see in chat. Let's see in chat what you guys did in the weekend. And what is your plan for this week? Is this your first week back trading? Did you guys trade last week? How was your last week? Update me. How was your last week? Making snowmen. Very interesting. First week back. Lost 2% last week. Yeah, last week was good for me. Last week was good for me. Got 1.5k out from 1 week. Let's go, man. You don't share this, huh? And drive F1 on my simulator and backtest it on Pip Labs. Nice. Which simulator do you have? Full setup or just a basic one? Just a basic one? Yeah, I want to build. Anyone here sim race? Anyone in chat sim race? Are you like nerdy and know all of the technical stuff of what's the best gear and what's good and stuff? Because I want to build one. So if you can build me a build list would be good. Turned 35 yesterday. Nice, man. Happy belated birthday. It's expensive. Yeah, I have like... Whoa, look at this volume coming in last minute. Very interesting that. Not going to give us 1 minute close above, huh? That's an interesting buyer that came in right here. Check that out. Very interesting. Right? Remember what we spoke about, how this could be dangerous? Need to wait for open. It's expensive. I think 10K budget will be enough. I actually got liquidity grab. Could you repeat what you said about the 4 hour? Yeah, after stream I'll break it down for you. It's a little bit more complex, but I'll show you. Because I want to double check one thing. Why is... Man, it's not easy. You know, you have to give yourself a break. You have to give yourself a break. It's not easy to trade after a 900 pip push, huh? It's very counterintuitive. As a professional, I mean, to do random stuff, yeah. To do random stuff, yeah. But after a 900 pip push, this is buying the highs after a 900 pip push is... It's, I don't know what the word is. Cowboy work, you know, it's cowboy stuff. It's you need to get, you either hit it or you don't. You're purely relying on volume, nothing else. Throw technicals. Technicals are just going to give you a stop loss, but nothing is technical about continuing up after a 9,000 pip push, you know. It's purely volume based, especially first day of the week. High risk. Why? Because we don't know. We don't know. It's a big question mark. Will we continue or will we not? We have no idea. So you're just relying on volume. If volume doesn't come, you're going straight to stop loss. Should I trade with my own money like 1,000 or buy a 10K not profitable yet? If you're not profitable yet, learn to trade. Invest much less than $1,000, much less than 10K, and learn to trade. Right? You can get easy resources that are going to help you for a lot cheaper. And then invest. So you make sure when you invest money, you're not going to blow it all. And also you're going to have a higher chance of growing it as well. And if you actually spend time studying and looking to get better, you're going to grow it. Harry, is the content on WAP and your site the same? Because there's two different prices. Which price is there on my site? Okay, let's check DAX here on the open. Pushing down for now. Very big candle this though. My site has no price. My site has no price. Just a wait list. You want the Mercedes F1 steering wheel? Yeah. Yeah, pretty sick. Possible buy on NASDAQ above here. Only problem is this previous range we have to be careful with. But with London open here, big consolidation. Cool. Depends if it gives us a close. Yeah, would be nice to see 1 minute structure, then close above. It's gonna be good if we can get that. No 1 minute structure? Yeah. Not even 1 minute breakout close. So very hard to take this unless you take impulsively, but that's not my style. Harry, I'm up 4%, risking 1% previous week on my first phase. I'm planning to risk 2% now. Any suggestions? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. If you're confident, just make sure you don't lose confidence. Very important. You lose confidence, you're going to mess up your trading journey. Right? Don't enter random stuff and don't lose confidence. DAX buys look good. Yeah, they can work here. Yes, you're not wrong. But we need to see how these candles form. Because the problem is it's hard to find a stop loss placement at this current time. 40 pip stop loss, not going to be the best idea. Harry, why did you remove the other pairs in pip labs? Which pairs? You mean on the demo version? That was a special. That was just to allow people to try. But you know what we found out? We found out that people were using our demo to run full back tests. And they were just spending ages on demo. Like we saw 5 hours, 6 hours. Some people would do that on just our demo version. And obviously, we want people to convert, right? It's a business at the end of the day. We're not a charity, unfortunately. So we reduced the pairs to make sure we allow people to test on demo, not clog our servers. So we did that as a special. We did that as a special to allow people to test 4 pairs. We gave 4 pairs before. Now, we just allow people to use the demo. You still get to try a demo. You still get to practice. Risk 2% because he's up 4%. That's complete nonsense. This guy will cook himself. No, because he's in a challenge phase, bro. You're wasting time in a challenge phase if you're just risking 1% the whole time. You can do it that way, you know. Dan, first day back in the office. How has the markets been for you so far? Last week, 5 wins, 2 losses. That's the stats from last week. So very active first trading week, but not bad. I think the last loss I could have avoided, so it should have been 5 wins and 1 loss last week. Asian session has been amazing. In our group here, we have Asian streams. The stream is 8 wins, 1 loss, so that's nice. New York as well, we've been trading. Yeah, it's been good, man. I think good markets overall so far. Nothing bad just yet. Today, a little bit more on the tougher side because we had a 900 pip push in Asian, man. 900 pip push. A little bit tough to trade for London for gold here. You don't know if it's going to continue or pull back. Especially when you're risking thousands of dollars. You want to be slightly safer in that scenario. Look at this DAX rejection here. Everyone FOMO buy here, now getting in trouble. So if we can see this candle close bearish, next one above, looks nice. Breakout here happened, but we already reached target, which is not ideal, but that happens sometimes. That happens. Did you see what Powell said about Trump? Yeah, he said a lot of things, man. I've seen some of the stuff, but no, which one are you referring to? Definitely going a bit nuts. They don't like each other, it seems. It's clear to me that they don't like each other. Yeah, a bit tough for me today, guys. I'm gonna call it here. Big push we had on gold. Not seeing anything for maybe the next 30 minutes. I'll be trading with the guys in the exclusive. We'll see if we can catch something on DAX. Hopefully cooking up structure and then closes above. I'll be looking for buys on DAX. NASDAQ as well. We'll see how this ends up forming here. Anything now faking out, getting back below here can open the door to some sells. If not, I'll be looking maybe to continue buys a little bit higher, seeing how London volume continues here. Not showing me the best volume just yet, but it's not the worst, right? So we keep it clean, keep it simple. Show up to tomorrow's stream. It was a great stream, a lot of good stuff. Make sure you guys show up early so you can see the analysis and stuff. And we'll continue a longer stream tomorrow, but I don't want to sit here, and that's why I'm giving you guys the trade ideas now. And end up FOMOing into something, right? Because the more you just stare at the charts intensively, the more you start to make ideas in your head. And after gold 900 pip push here, if I end up taking a buy, let's say somewhere up here, it's going to make me do something stupid, right? So let's not do that. Appreciate you guys showing up. Leave a like before you leave. And hopefully catch you guys tomorrow's stream. Make sure to show up there. Good vibes, good people. And catch you guys very, very soon, all right? Much love and peace. Cheers, guys.